Thank you. I'd first of all like to thank Clarksville Now for giving the candidates an opportunity to come here and talk about some things that are important to us. My legislative philosophy involves two things. It involves listening to what people have to say, what their concerns are, what their needs are, and hard work. And with those two things, I was able to become the Democratic legislator in the 107th General Assembly that passed more legislation than any other Democratic legislator. And I did that, as I say, by listening to people. Like the lady in Woodlawn who called me and said that she was the surviving spouse of a military member who was killed in action. She had previously gotten property tax relief, which she's entitled to under the statute, but this particular year they had denied her. And they had denied her because at the federal level, the Veterans Administration had determined that his helicopter went down outside the combat zone. And I felt like that was not a good reason to deny her this relief. And I passed a bill that said it is not dependent upon where the helicopter goes down. It's if you're going to a mission or from a mission and you go down, that's considered a killed in action in a hostile combat zone. So that's one of the examples of how I listen to people and how I help people. I had someone come to me and say, did you know that convicted sex offenders can go to extracurricular events such as ball games at schools? And I was shocked to learn this. I looked at the law, and sure enough, there was a loophole there. Well, I don't feel comfortable about my children being around registered sex offenders at extracurricular events, and I'm sure no one else does. And I changed the law to close that loophole. I will always act, and I have acted, in a way to protect our families and to support our families. Another thing I've done, particularly for military families, is I've extended unemployment benefits to trailing military spouses. So if a military member changes a duty station, their spouse who moves to that new duty station, who has been working in the state of Tennessee, is now eligible for unemployment benefits. Prior to that bill, Tennessee was one of only 11 states that did not extend those unemployment benefits to those trailing military spouses. I think it's one thing to say that you support military families, but it's another thing to actually take steps and pass bills and support the legislation that actually will make a difference in the lives of our military families. And I'm proud to have a good record for veterans and for our active duty military. I've also, this fall, you'll find as a veteran, you will now have available a driver's license that will designate your veteran status. So it's a lot easier to prove your veteran status for discounts and that sort of thing. I have lived and worked in Montgomery County for 25 years. I have 3 children who have attended the Clarksville-Montgomery County school system since kindergarten. I have one that's graduated from Rossview. I have 2 that are currently still in school, one at Rossview Middle and one at Rossview High School. Because my children are here, I want this community to be the best place that we can live. In Montgomery, in Stewart, in Houston counties. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that my children will have the ability to remain here, to stay here, to raise their families here with enough opportunities that they don't have to go outside the district. I'm going to do that by continuing to support the recruitment of world-class businesses like Hemlock and expanding our existing businesses like Bridgestone. We brought Ajero here during the time that I've been here. I've been very active in supporting bringing good businesses here that can provide not just jobs, but good jobs, the kind of jobs that we can raise our families on. I have appreciated the opportunity to serve you for these 4 years, and I look forward with your support to having 4 more years to serve the 22nd District. Thank you for your support.